Kardinia Park, Geelong were at home to South Melbourne. The Swans had started the season in fine style to be fourth after 4 rounds. They'd won 3 games, 2 of them at their new home ground in Sydney. The club, which had been split up the middle over summer, had bounced back under new coach Ricky Quaid. One of the Swans' problems is going to be adjusting from the short Sydney cricket ground to the longer grounds down south. Well, Geelong had made a topsy-turvy start with 2 wins and 2 losses, and last week the Cats were shocked by St Kilda, who beat them by 13 points. South led by 19 points at half-time, and the Cats were going under again. The margin had been reduced to 3 points at three-quarter time, and the final term was to decide it. We pick it up at the start of the last quarter with commentators Peter Booth and Jeff Leake.
Start of the final term at Kardinia Park with the Swans leading by 3 points. Barry Round gets the Swans in motion as he punches the ball a good 15 metres. High tackle against the Swans to be taken by, it's like Manjuls at centre-half back for Geelong. Manjuls, wobbly old torpedo up towards half-forward. Moore is there. So is Featherby. He's been very quiet today. Nicely done by Shane Morwood. Maddock, who played better in the third quarter. Featherby, back to Murray. A good kick under pressure from Murray out wide. Turner, dropped the sitter. That's Smith, number 8. He's desperate now. Cruz, oh, funny old hand pass, right up in the air. Reid, and taken away now by South Melbourne's Rhys Jones. He's been a good player today. And towards Morwood, Murray. Skirting the pack is Hounsell. Umpire Dargaville will call for a bounce between centre and centre-half forward with the Swans into attack in the final term.
2 minutes through the final term and the Swans leading by 3 points. Geelong had a pretty strong third quarter to get right up with them. Turner waiting for the ball, a loose one to come over quickly across to Reid. Reid dodging and weaving, puts a long kick. Toohey with Browning with him. Toohey tried to outmark Browning from behind. Here's Mossop. Another goal coming up. Yes. Matthews, point-blank range, puts it through. The Cats are in front for the first time.
2.5 minutes played in the final term, getting very dark here at Kardinia Park. Round, the second time gets the bounce, the knock to right. At the Manjuls, who's played pretty well. Reid by himself. But the ball skims along the turf. Out of bounds on the far wing. And a very heavy shower of rain during the half-time break, which has made conditions slippery out there at the moment. Flanagan, taken away by Bruns. Up towards Johnson at centre-half forward. Oh, yes, he's got it! Oh, that's a darn good mark under pressure. This is a must, this one, for the Cats. He spooned it. It might have enough carry. It's been shepherded through by Mossop. It's a goal. Oh, the Cats lead by 9 points now, as Beecroft comes off the ground for the Swans, and coming back is Shane Moore.
Sheer frustration, and the giant round in front. I'll push him out the way and try and mark it. Now they've lost it through foolish handball. South Melbourne gives Geelong another chance through Nan Curvis. Threads the handball to Johnson. Another one. It's 2 in a row. And Geelong now leading by 15 points at the 10-minute mark final term. Hit the front until the 2-minute mark in this last term after trailing all day and had nowhere to go, but they're fighting back.
The Cats by 15 points now. And now the Swans are starting to fumble a bit, and there's a man who really played well when the chips were really down in the first half. It's Stephen Lund. Out wide to Turner. Rhys Jones. Turner nearly outmarked him. The crumbs from Reid, but not the endeavour. The endeavour from Rhys Jones. On to Tony Morwood. Up towards Shane Morwood. Yes, he's taken the mark. No, not paid. Right, close to the boundary line, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in. Geelong 72, the Swans 57. Council off the ground for South. For the Swans, they're really making wholesale moves and positional changes at the moment. The clock's showing 11 minutes gone in this final quarter.
Geelong are playing the game of their lives. Oh, nice, almost a grab. Geelong much better. I think Geelong have improved since it rained. South Melbourne have gone backwards. A rip away here by Wright. Cross towards big fellow. He's dropped it. Brown Geelong pick up by Malarkey. Kick it. There's a nest of South players there. I think that was Fashini who should have taken the mark. It's not been allowed. And a ball up. Within kicking distance for South Melbourne. They'll need it. They're trailing by 15 points. There's the ball up. All Flanagan with a good knock to the wrong player. Straight to Wayne Carroll. He lets fly. It's gone through.
Carroll's first goal. He's kicked 1 goal, 2. One that South really needed. He's taken 2 fantastic marks in the match today. 30 metres out from Geelong's goal. A perfect bounce. Allender got a push, hence so far underneath the ball. It was like a swan as he missed it in the air in full flight, but got a bit of a help. Oh, shocking kick, Flanagan. Not enough time taken with that, or Bruce Nankervis. And to Mossop. The punch required. Mossop nearly. Cruz. Out wide. Looking for Morwood. It's Paul. Punched away by Featherby. Reid. Support from Featherby. Short little kick to Neal. Intercepted by Browning. Taken by Fashini. He could have had a couple of bounces. And towards Shane Morwood. No one feeding off the pack for South at the moment. Taken away by Mangels. Down to Johnston, and he loves marking underneath his chin.
You notice that, Peter? Yes, he took the words right out of my mouth. With the wet ball, it's the best thing to do, I guess. He puts a lollipop one up there towards Mossop and Bruns in particular. Browning doing a good job looking after Tui, who's on the forward line, and a good shepherd there from Ackley forces that kick from Tui out of play. 9 points, Geelong in front. Halfway through the final term at Kardinia Park, it's on Geelong's forward line. Feather's been a poor player. One of his very few kicks, and not a good one at that, to Matthews. Runs! Goal! That's his second for the Red-Headed Rover.
Allender. Flanagan, the 2-14s. Flanagan wins. Sean comes back to him nicely. Up towards Johnston. Carter backs his judgment. That's Matthews playing game 150 on his hammer. Carter gets a call from Cruz. Further on to Smith for the handball. No, he's going for a dicky little kick up towards Paul Morwood on the half-back line. Morwood goes forward to Wayne Carroll. Oh, geez, got some spring in those legs of his. On to Allender. And towards Barry Round. Takes a good mark at centre-half forward. Went off the ground about 10 minutes ago, but South can't do without him. He's limping, but he's back on. He's playing at full forward. 35 metres out from goal, not a reliable kick. All the way the ball came off his hands onto his boot, and it just really just aired its way through for a behind.
Peter, South looked as though they were bothered out. They were drowned on one leg, and he's in trouble at the moment either. And forced Wayne Carroll right out to midfield almost. It's half forward. And Nankervis, brilliant player for Geelong, gets it. So too is this young fellow, Reece Jones. Played a very disciplined game today, a very heady game from the young wingman. Browning on the back line, been all over the field today. Puts another long kick down to full forward. Geelong look pretty good at the moment. Fashini has been nowhere today. Has a shot for goal.
Goal.
He's dobbed it.
Oh, enormous goal by Fashini. Swans are fighting back. Still plenty of time. 18 minutes in the quarter. Allender. Ball goes to Fashini, who kicked that last goal. Down towards Hounsell behind the pack. He should have stayed down, the little fellow. It goes to Shane Morwood. He'll need support. He gets it, or he should have hand passed. He does. On to Fashini. The dead-eyed Dick has had another shot for goal. And it's only 2 points in the match. 2 goals in 1 minute to Fashini. And the Sydney Swans, the South Swans, right back in business. Only 2 points in the match. And 3 or 4 minutes ago, I said that I thought that the Cats had the game all sewn up when they led by 15 or 16 points.
Umpire Cameron having a word to the players. A ball up. 4 points in it. Time running out. South in front at the moment. Rest of the lead back from Geelong 3 minutes ago. Flanagan chips it backwards. Neal keeps it in play, but it's all South Melbourne. Browning works well there with Fashini. He had a blind kick. Lunn says, leave it for me, on the half-forward line. Gets a lead across to Mossop. Mossop, the big fella. Leave it go, says Neal. He's dropped it. wheels around. Who will he kick it to? He floats it. Tui's got a fly with Mossop. Tui got up, dropped it. South Melbourne converging when the ball hits the ground. Grabbed by Smith, out of the pack. Up towards the half back flank. Tui in there, Randall's in there. Oh, desperate play from both sides. South Melbourne leading by 4 points with maybe 3 minutes to go.
At the 27-minute mark in the final term. Flanagan. Featherby. Right. He'll slow it down. The Swans by 4 points, 82 to 78. Allender and Flanagan. Shane Morwood off hands. And there's the South Melbourne cheer squad over there, barracking their lungs out for the Swans. Two and a half minutes of time on. Very dark here at Kardinia Park. Allender, the 2-14's Flanagan. Oh, I think he might have given away a free kick. No, he didn't. A punch on by Nankervis onto Featherby. Up towards Ackley. Underneath the ball too far. Turner. Chance for Johnston. Plenty of South Melbourne players there as they pounce on the ball. Another ball up. The Cats into attack on their half-forward line, but finding it very hard to get any point further.
Time running out for the Cats. They've got to kick a goal to win it. They won't have time to kick two. South Melbourne want to make sure they don't keep possession of the football. Working the ball around the outer back flank. Another throw-in with Allender jumping like a jumping jack against the tired Flanagan. There he goes again. Dead heat that time. Spooned out. Pushing the back perhaps. It is. South Melbourne take it.
Play the flanks, they say. Play the flanks, don't go inboard. Well, let's see what they do. Wayne Carroll. Out to Malaki. Long way up from the back line. Almost on wing. Spins out of trouble. Jeffries the paddle. Bruce Nankervis. 3 minutes of time on. Oh, it went, beat them all. Turner from a long way out. Who's there? Kel Matthews. Great mark. What a way to cap off game number 150 for Hawthorn and Geelong if he can win the game for Geelong. Kelvin Matthews has kicked 1 goal, 1. Has not been a dominant player in the game today. Started off in the centre, moved down to the forward line. He's playing his 150th league game for 2 clubs. He can win the game for Geelong, and he has. 59 minutes, and Geelong in front by 2 points. Geelong 12-12, 84. The Swans 11-16, 82.
Seconds to go, that's all. Matthews has virtually won the game for Geelong with a brilliant mark and goal to put them 2 points up, and Nankervis puts them 60 metres further forward. A mark again there to Tui. Tui's taking his time. He knows it's almost siren time. Ackley on the mark. He pulls his socks up, wasting time, and it kicks it as long as he possibly can. Mossop in front. Mossop gets up. It floats over the back. Quickly grabbed. Another shot by Lunn. Right across the front of goal, out on the full, and South Melbourne get the free kick. Geelong leading by 2 points in the dying stages of the match.
What a seesaw quarter this has been. Carter. The direct approach is required by the Swans. It's over. The Cats have won. Geelong 12-12, 84 have got up in the last 45 seconds of play to defeat the South Swans 11-16, 82 in a great game at Kardinia Park.
The Cats pinched the game from the Swans to win it by 2 points after South had led by 19 points at half-time. The hero, Kelvin Matthews, who kicked 2 goals, but easily the best was that one right at the finish. Also 2 goals to Johnston and Bruns, and for South Melbourne, Fashini kicked 3 and Cruz kicked 2.